Okay, so here I have written down the four basic equations of stellar structure, right? And as I have told you, they basically describe the conditions inside the star. Now, these are the four equations. First observation, look at the left hand side. What do you see? They are first order differential equations. Okay. Now, what are the quantities? They are relative. You see here, MR, R. So here this is MR, R. What about here? It is PR, R. Here it is PR, R, and here it is LR, R. Now, okay, so this much is clear. Let's first see this equation. This is the equation of mass conservation or continuity. So basically, it tells you that given a section inside the star like this, where I am considering the whole star, I have considered a very thin concentric shell. So I can consider the entire star as a sum of various concentric shells, each having different distance from the center. Okay, now if I do that, then what it tells me is that the mass in this shell, how it changes as a function of the distance from the center of the star. Okay, so this is the most fundamental equation. Also another very important thing, it tells me that everything is continuous over here. There is no sink or source, right? So there is no pocket where there is something going on, something weird is going on, something is being generated or something is being eaten away, like a small pocket of black hole or a small pocket of white hole, right? There is nothing like that. So this is the significance of the first equation. Second equation, what is the pressure as a function of distance? Now this equation is the equation of hydrostatic equilibrium. Day before yesterday we derived the equation of motion, right? How did we do that? We considered the inward gravitational pressure and then the pressure due to gas, right? And then force, total force is equal to the sum of the those two. Now, in the case that the two of them are equal to each other, what will happen? There will be no net acceleration. So if I consider the thing over here, no net acceleration means if I consider a small packet of gas over here, it will be stable. It will not move over here. There will be no movement. So, no acceleration. And this is the state of hydrostatic equilibrium. And this is the equation which describes this state. And here we have got PR. And look, incidentally we also have MR over here. Because you remember, while deriving this, we already used this equation. Okay. Now, the third equation is, look, here we have got a star, right? Obviously, where the temperature is high at the center and it is much less at the surface. Say for example, our sun, the surface temperature is around 5800 degree Kelvin and here it is 7 million Kelvin. So, if a temperature gradient is there, what does this mean? There will be flow, definitely. Flow will be there. Now, so the flow of heat, right? What are the various ways of transfer? Energy transport, heat transport, conduction, convection, radiation. Here I have considered only radiative energy transport. So this is the equation of radiative energy transport. Now look, what are the things which enter in the equation? Number one, Stefan-Boltzmann law applied. Sigma T2 powerful, this sigma is over there. Of course, this will depend on temperature. Otherwise, how you are going to define the temperature gradient? Temperature gradient means one place it will be high, one place it will be low. And this dTdr must depend on temperature. Okay, temperature gradient importance. Next, this depends on luminosity as well. Density. And what is this kappa? This is the ability of the medium, which is known as opacity. I will talk more about it in a few minutes. So this is opacity or the ability of the medium to block radiation. Block. ability of the medium to block radiation. Why are you saying this? You might be wondering. The reason is that it's not necessary that that the energy will just flow from here to there smoothly. There will be processes, lots of processes will be there. As a result of it, it will be interrupted. It will be stopped for a brief moment of time. Say for example, transitions. Some radiation enters an atom, it gets excited, and it gets excited at an excited level, and it will be de-exciting after a certain amount of time, which is the lifetime of the level. So you see, so because of this excitation process, it is being excited at a higher level and it will decay afterwards. So this in itself is a blocking process. You can think of it like that. Why? It was moving slowly, it was moving progressively, but because of this absorption, it is being stopped for some time. You might say, sir, what are you talking about? Excited level, how much will the lifetime will be? It will not be 100 years. It will be very small, say microseconds. Okay, you are right. But consider how many atoms are there. If you multiply this microsecond into 10 to the power 20 or more atoms, you can think what will be the consequence, right? A huge delay. So in a way, this is the blocking procedure. I will talk about it later on. And this is the last one. And what is there? This is the equation for energy generation. dLr dr. That is how the luminosity changes as a function of, again, the distance from the center of the star. And this also, you see, depends on this epsilon r, which is energy generation rate per unit volume. Okay. Any questions? Okay. Also, along with this, we have got 4 linking equations as well. Because in a way, you cannot solve all these equations. You need some more information as well. What was the first linking equation? Stefan's law, right? What does it relate? Luminosity with effective temperature. What's the second linking equation? Ideal gas law, right? The third linking equation will be this, opacity. How will it depend on temperature? And the fourth linking equation will be this, epsilon r. How will it again depend on temperature and density? Okay, so in a way, these are the 4 linking equations.